Hey, friends. I am Tamika, and I'm here with Kayla and Megan, and we teach women how to win in life, one healthy habit at a time. We're glad that you're here. As you hop on, say hello, tell us where you're watching from and the time. Megan was just running a little bit late this morning because she lives in good old Arizona where they don't have daylight savings. And so me and Kayla jump forward. It's 10:23 here. Kayla,
11.
11:23 in Nebraska, and Megan's back at 9:23. So we got 3 time zones covered here, and we're excited to be here with you. Y'all, we all woke up this morning on a Monday morning, and we're feeling motivated. I know I stepped on that scale, and I was like, something's got to change. We all got in late last night from traveling, but we're here this morning ready to rock your world. So we're going to talk about morning routine. Okay, so drop some sunshines. What time did you wake up this morning? So I want to know first. I woke up at my alarm went off at 5:15. All right.
You called me out. Okay. I slept in
You guys wake up? What time did you wake up, Kayla, Megan?
9.
My body weight. I actually don't ever have to set an alarm. My body gets me up about 5:20, 5:30 every morning.
Sweet. What time, Kayla?
9 a.m.
9 a.m. And I think it's good that we're having this session because not every day is going to be a great day. We got our reasons, we got things that happen, and sometimes we got to listen to our body. And I see some people hopping on. Good morning. Make sure that you give StreamYard. If you just click that link, make sure you give StreamYard access to know your name, because we can go back and we can see your name when we watch the Facebook recordings. But here we can see every comment everywhere that we're streaming. And I see Ashley there, and I see a couple Facebook users. One woke up at 8:30. So good morning. And I'll just show you. This is what it looks like. It just says Facebook user, and we want to spotlight you guys. We want to say hello.
Oh, look how cool.
Good morning. Look, there's Ashley. We missed you on our power hour this morning.
Hey, I just want to add something while we're sitting here, and I feel like my camera just froze. I don't know.
You're good.
If it's just me. Are we good?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me? I'm like, your face is froze. I know we're talking about morning routine, so I just want to yes, my body wakes me up that early, but that is not how I always was. I was a morning hater. So I feel like that's important to add to this conversation. Like, that is why we are here and talking to other people. If there's something that we have learned and we can pass it on to others, that is why we're here. That is the whole healthy habits, building healthy habits. I would sleep in till 8:39, as late as I could, and have to get up to alarm and rush 3 kids out the door, and it was chaos. I started my day in chaos and I ended my day in chaos. And so that's why something had to change.
And I'm glad that you said that. I've always been a morning person. I have a very addictive, literal personality. So when I heard at a very young age, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise, I have always been a morning person. I'm like, I want to be healthy. I want to be wealthy. I want to be wise. You tell me I go to bed early and wake up early, you got it. And from a young age, we always went to bed at 8 p.m., even in high school, unless if I was like closing at Subway or something like that. But 8 p.m. and then 6 a.m. to get ready for school. Like, that was always me.
So I would like to see, drop a 1 in the comment if you've always been a morning person, if that's kind of your thing. I just want to see how many people are on here, or how many people are like me, or like I was, and was like, I was that person that said, I'm not a morning person. I'll never be a morning person. I hate mornings. I use the word never. Drop a 2 for that. I would love to see where we're at with people, and that's why I would say, I was a morning hater. So never say never.
What about you, Kayla?
I was a morning hater. Well, I am still kind of a morning hater, but I've learned to just do what I'm supposed to, and I get up on my first alarm now. Today, 9 a.m. was, just an accident. So
Kayla, doing those things though, how does that make you feel? Even though you still love mornings, how does that make you feel?
Good question. I feel so much better. And I'm actually going to push. So I usually get up at 3:15 a.m. because I work an early job at a breakfast bar at a hotel. And I'm actually going to set my time even a little bit earlier because I feel like I am almost rushed 15 minutes before I walk out my door. And I think I'll feel a lot more better just having that little extra time. So no, I don't like it, but I love it. And it helps me so much to feel just productive and accomplished through my day.
Yeah. So I love that we've got everything, like morning lover right here, past morning hater, Megan and Kayla in between, figuring it out. So this is perfect to have this conversation. And so, why don't we start by maybe sharing what is our morning routine right now? Like on a good day, what does it look like for you?
I can go. Well, like I said, I get up right away in the morning, and the first thing I do, well, obviously I go make sure my coffee starts brewing. I mean, where are my coffee lovers at? And then I come immediately back and get my workout clothes on. Like that's the first thing I do. I used to sit on the couch with my jammies on for as long as possible. And that's a huge thing, is to get up and get dressed. And then it's have my coffee, have my devotional. I get up early like that because that was how I got my time without having to chase kids around. They're a little older now, so now it's like it's even easier. But and then I just have my time with my devotional. And then for me, my day starts. It's taking kids to school and then hitting the gym right after that, and then coming back here and starting to work. But I've set myself up for that. I'm ready to go for the day.
Yeah.
I start my day at 3:15. I roll out of bed. I set my clothes out the night before work because I hate
3:15. Why 3:15?
Well, like I said, I work at a hotel, so I have to be to work at by 5. So for me, that is like my extra time. And I even said I need a little bit more time. I know it sounds crazy, but it's just I've learned over the last like year and a half, like it's just what I need. It's just what I have to do for myself. So I set my clothes out the night before because I hate walking to the dryer on the cold floor, going to dig out my clothes. So I set those out. I go get in the shower. I come straight to my office after my shower. I do my devotional. And then I go downstairs. I take my supplements and medication that I have to do. Take a big old glass of water. And then usually my husband has been getting up around that time too. So that's why I want the extra time, because we kind of get lost in our conversation. So, and then I'm off to work by 4:45 on a good day. So I have that time. But yeah, my mornings go kind of fast now that I have a full-time job and it's so early. So that's what my morning looks like now.
Awesome. So my alarm goes off when my husband's off work at 5:15. He goes and gets his pre-workout. I go into our family living room, and actually, let me back up. You guys all said that you lay your clothes out before you go to bed. I sleep in my clothes that I'm going to work out in. Okay. Because I hate putting on cold clothes in the morning. And so I'm like, here we go. And so actually when my alarm goes off, the first thing I do is I count 10 things I'm grateful for before I even get out of bed. I just close my eyes. I just count 10 things that I'm grateful for. Then I get out of bed, go into the family living room. My husband makes pre-workout. I go in there. I drink some water, which I lay out the night before. So that way I will drink water first thing in the morning. And I'm reading my book. Listening to some kind of like YouTube, like 5-minute meditation or gratitude or like high level vibration, weird stuff to like raise my aura. And so I'm in there from about 5:15 to 5:45 and then down to the workout room. And it's 5:45 to 6:45, get the workout done. And then we wake up the kids at 7. And that way I can be fully present with them where like we're getting them ready for school. We get to walk them to the bus stop together, all of those things. Then once kids go to school, then it's hot tub time, pick up the house, if I need to do any dishes or laundry gets started, anything like that. And then in my office by 9, ready to power hour and work it all out. So, we all start our days early, and it sounds like we all do some kind of devotional right at the beginning. And I know, Kayla, you prioritize working out. Megan, you do too, and I do. And so let's talk a little bit about why it's important to have some kind of devotional in your morning and why it's important to work out. So let's just have one of you answer each one of those, just because, time reasons and stuff.
So I'll start. For me, devotional is very important because I feel like it brings me like I have super bad like anxiety. I have it much more under control now, but that's why, because I started, just reading positive stuff, whether that's, kindling my relationship with God and feeling Him and bringing Him closer to my life, or just positive stuff, just in the universe, period. Like, I don't know. It's what brings me peace. I'm a pretty spiritual person. Um, and it brings me peace. I start my day, I'm driving to work with a smile, like I'm having conversation out loud. Like, I love that feeling. I've never experienced that before, and I'm not letting it go.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people, the first thing that they grab is their phone for social media. And when you do that, you are leaving your, your attitude, your emotions up to what you see first. Maybe you see like some kind of like devastating disaster that happened. And if that's the first thing you see in the morning, then you are not mentally prepared. Or maybe if you're like me, like I said, I stepped on the scale unhappy. If I would have opened my phone and like saw like this girl in this cute little dress, like, I would have been like, oh my gosh, I'm such a fat lard, and so like you're really setting yourself up for failure if the first thing you're doing is opening your phone, even like reading your messages.
Mhm.
Sometimes people aren't always kind. And so like if the first thing you read is like somebody asking you for something first thing in the morning, or someone who isn't being kind to you first thing in the morning, like your mind's not going to be right. So when you start with gratitude, when you start it with journaling, when you start it with God, if that's what you believe in, or the universe, or just good thoughts, good vibes, affirmations, then your day is going to be 100 times better.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just agreeing. Absolutely. Go ahead.
I just think, like you said, like, well, both of you, it's like if you open up and you're looking at things that are like taking from your cup, well, how can you haven't filled it yet this morning, like, in the world we live in, it's a daily process. You need to fill that cup. Like, you really do, because there's a lot of things that take away from it. And the exercise for me, I know a lot of us start because we want to lose weight. Like, that's the goal, is why we start exercising. But honestly, you guys, that is not why I go. We were gone Thursday, Friday, like you guys. We were gone, over the long weekend, and I didn't get my workout in, like I normally do this weekend. And I can tell, like, emotionally and mentally, it hits me. And so for me, exercise is so important because it's good for your mind. It's good. You want to talk about helping with anxiety. It's actually good for gut health. For your overall health, it's so much better. Not just about the number on the scale. And that is for me whenever I'm just having a tough day, if I go and literally just even walk circles around that track at the gym until all of a sudden I just walk till I feel better. Literally, I walked myself. You guys, when I first started this, I was struggling with an eye condition that would cause panic attacks out of nowhere. And I would literally go to the gym having a panic attack and walk myself out of it. That is how powerful exercise is.
I love that.
Me too.
And I feel like too, I have more energy. Like I do mine in the morning. I have more energy through the day. I usually make better choices because, I'm like, well, I exercise. Like, let me eat healthier. Let me drink more water, and then, yeah, just the way that it makes you feel. And I want like, write that, like walk yourself to happy, write that in the chat, like walk yourself happy, because that's so true. And even too, when it comes to mindset is, sometimes I'm like working out, I'm like, oh, I can't do another round, or I can't do another set, or like, I'm so tired. And I've learned to control my mind and say like, no, I am strong. I am capable. I can do this. And so I'm like speaking good into me and I'm completing it. And then I feel like even more confident, and I believe in myself even more from what I was able to accomplish. And Rose just said she needs to schedule her exercise. And it's so true. Like if you don't put it in a schedule, then it doesn't always happen. And it gets easier, like for me, I feel like I'm very, very consistent with my exercise. Like it's something I've definitely prioritized. Now my morning mindset isn't as perfect. I'd say it's like an 80%, my nutrition is like a 60%. Like I'm not so consistent with that. Right. But like just picking one thing, being consistent with it, scheduling it in is going to make a big difference. So I want to just end with one more tip for you guys. And I hope that you are all getting value from this. I'm loving the comments, so keep them coming. But we were just listening to a YouTube video by Mel Robbins, and she was talking about how your morning routine starts before you go to bed. and how important that is. And so let's just go around and let's just share one tip as far as what somebody can do before they go to bed to have a better morning.
I would say making sure my house is picked up. I do, for me, like just making sure my counters are picked up, or, my dishes are done, just so because that's one of the first things I do in the morning. I'm at my counter taking my medicine, my supplements, my water, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like look at these dishes. Why didn't I do that the night before? And then that could start like a whole roller coaster. And I think that's something I could do, and that it could help somebody else.
Yeah. Pick up your house before you go to bed. So that way you don't wake up to a mess. I love that.
Well, and I think anything you can do ahead of time, like meal prepping for like when your kids are, if it's a school night, making sure that their lunches are made. I always make sure that we've gone through their bags. We know what they have ready for tomorrow. We live in Arizona, so you don't leave without a water bottle anywhere, which anyone should. But those are filled. Snacks are, everything's prepped. My little guy, I still kind of help him with his clothes. So it's like, even not just my clothes, but I make sure that he knows what he needs. Anything less to not disturb my peace in the morning makes it easier. And like I said, when you start in a calm sense, you have a better chance of continuing that throughout the day.
Yeah. I would say like reverse engineer the time that you need to wake up. And so, if you're waking up at 3:00 and you need to get like 7 to 8 hours of sleep, then you need to go to bed. You need to turn off your phone and you need to go to bed. And they always say like, stop looking at your phone, 30, 60 minutes before you go to bed, stop eating an hour before you go to bed. Right. So set that bedtime and stick with it. It's so easy to just like stay up and watch a Netflix, stay up and scroll your phone, and then it's so hard to get up in the morning. And so obviously like, that just makes sense, but we actually need to do it. And then wake up when your alarm goes off. Like start getting in the habit of that. Don't set an alarm for an hour earlier so that way you can snooze it 4 times. You need to get up when it goes off, and for me, my trigger to do that was 10 things I'm grateful for. Okay, get out of bed. Like I still get to close my eyes for about, 30 seconds after my alarm goes off, but like I'm getting my brain ready and warmed up for the day. So I reverse engineer the time that you go to bed. And then I'm going to just throw in this one last thing, just because I think it's so funny. I got asked to help a college student with Calculus 2 last week. Okay. Now, I am a math teacher, but I am not good at math. Okay. They give the teacher all the answers. And I remember when I was in college and I literally just lived in the library for Calc 1, Calc 2, Calc 3, because it was just so hard, such foreign concepts. So anyway, I get asked to help this kid with Calculus 2. And I know how the brain works. And so before I went to bed that night, I was on YouTube watching all of these videos on differentiation, on integrals, on like all the different like chain rule and substitution by parts and like all this stuff. Because I was like, my brain is going to remember, like it's gonna like do this. And I kid you not, I went to bed that night like doing integral puzzles and like doing like this stuff. And I don't think I was really doing it right. But like the whole night, I don't feel like I really slept. But the whole night I was like, just thinking about math. And I woke up the next morning and I watched some more videos and I felt like things clicked a little bit better. And so, not saying that you guys should go to bed thinking about math, but I'm saying that you should go to bed thinking about your goals and your dreams. You should go to bed saying good things to yourself. You should go to bed after listening to, some personal development or like reading a book, because your brain doesn't turn off. It doesn't shut off. It's thinking about these things all night long. And so if you really want to propel yourself into success, listen to a podcast that's about like food in the body and good nutrition, the power of exercise, the power of your mind. Like listen to these things before you go to bed instead of scrolling, instead of watching Netflix, and your brain's going to continue thinking about this and turn it into a reality for you. And so one goal that I have is I'm actually going to make a highlight reel of all of my goals and dreams. So I'm just going to make like a 15-second video where it goes through all these pictures of the things that I want. And then at night before I go to bed, I want to watch it. I want to feel it. I want to believe in it. I want to know that it's happening for me. And so then that way my brain, because your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's fake. So I want to make sure that it knows what's real is my dreams and making them become a reality. So
can I just add one thing before you I just want all these tips. One, share in the comments if something spoke to you out of anything. And two, we shared a bunch of tips. That doesn't mean you got to go out tonight and do them all. Pick something this week that you're going to work on and build off that. Then next week you can do that, or in a couple days you can add to that. But we didn't get to where we're at by doing everything at once. It was little baby steps. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah, and we're not perfect now. Like, we're still slipping up, but all we can do is learn and grow. Go ahead, Kayla, and then we'll wrap it up.
No, that was it. I was good. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks you guys for being here. You can share this on your wall. If you're not following us, be sure to find our profiles, hit that follow button, check our links in our profiles because we all have some different added free resources that we provide. And we just want to help every woman out there be able to create positive change in their life through one healthy habit at a time. So see you guys. Thanks for being here.